This is London Calling. I'm Royston Smythe with the latest headlines.
Delegates and world leaders arrived for the annual World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. They were in a state of mild terror, anxious not to upset the American president, but they still found time to show their appreciation for stirring speeches from the leaders of France and Canada. And then the highlight of the gathering. The American president, freshly in receipt of his second-hand Peace Prize, appeared to relish the unease in the room as he revisited his threats to take over Greenland. In a nod to one of his favourite scenes from The Godfather, he made it clear that anyone backing the idea would be considered family. With those who didn't, well, they'd be remembered when they were least expecting it. The temperature rose further when the president inexplicably began outlining plans for Iceland before returning to Greenland and announcing that military force would not be used. Instead, he would pursue other options, provided he was referred to henceforth as Daddy. The decision to temporarily shelve American gunboat diplomacy was warmly welcomed in Greenland. However, the president made it clear that the future of NATO itself is now in doubt, as the most immediate threat to the alliance appears, rather bizarrely, to be coming from its loudest, richest, and least predictable member. Military units around the world are being hastily retrained, as today's trusted ally is quietly reclassified as tomorrow's potential mortal enemy. The president also took time to thank his European hosts by castigating the way they run their countries, and in particular their fondness for windmills, which, as we've discussed before, he fears may hypnotize children into caring about the environment. In modern politics, playing dirty is now considered a virtue. Meanwhile, in this topsy-turvy new age of international diplomacy, Russia, having recently invaded Ukraine, was among the first to be welcomed back into polite company, as a founding member of the newly formed Board of Peace. Emissaries were rumoured to have brought poison-tipped umbrellas, just in case discussions became impolite. One African warlord said this new private members club offered real hope for the future, for himself and his private army. Membership begins at a modest $1 billion a year, with the funds reportedly held somewhere in the Middle East. In its new rules, Donald Trump will be president for life, a phrase Americans have been assured applies only to the board and not, as yet, to the republic.
This is Royston Smythe. Stay firm and vigilant.